Hey friends, and anyone else who may stumble upon these videos. I wanted to put a bow on I've been putting some videos up of the DGB string triads. So I don't want to rehash all of that, but I'm not going to keep with the same note, but you have a 1-3-5 major, you have a 3-1-5 major, you have a 5-1-3 major, and then you have your minors, 1-3-5 minor, then you have the 5-1-3 minor, like so. You could do it this way too. 5-1-3, like an A minor style chord. Or you have your, I always get the numbers wrong on this one. I just did the 5-1-3. What would be the other one? 3-5-1. Gosh, I'm dumb sometimes. So those are the shapes, the triad shapes. We did do diminished, but we don't really use them much, so I'm not going to go with them from here on. But one thing you can do, and I'll make just a simple video of adding bass lines to that, and that makes things extremely powerful. So I'm just going to take the key of, I think I want to do the key of C, and all the majors are going to go downwards, but that's a good spot. So the key of C, a C chord, or a C on the G string is right here, and if I did my 1-3-5, that would be a G major. Okay, so here's how this works. You can take your 1-3-5 inversions, and it's actually interesting. The bass line ends up in the same fret as your first finger every time. So let's take that C. On my first finger is at fret 8. Yeah, if I put my thumb down on the low E string, that's the root. And you've got 3 fingers to cover the DGB strings, and you've got a thumb. I've got a pick in that hand, so don't judge me too much. But so you got all the things necessary, right? You can do that for every one of the chords. So you have a C, you can go down to A minor, which a 1-3-5 minor would be there. Your root would be on the same fret as your first finger. Okay? Nice. And if you go down to the G, 1-3-5 major shape, you can go down to the F, it's the same thing. Now the E minor I would have some trouble with. It would be up here, the 1-3-5. I can't really get my thumb in this position, so I might just do it like so, like that. But if you did what else would be in here? E minor, D minor. Your D minor would be, I can get this one. Okay, so you've got all those chords accessible to you in a key, okay? So you got your 1 chord, your 6 minor, in this case would be A minor, G, and then you could have your auxiliary minors, you might call them. And then, okay, so those are all your 1-3-5 triads with the root in the same fret as your first finger, which is awesome. Okay, there's other bass line things you can do. And I will just say, in our style of music, Christian music, pop music, the most common inversions for the bass line that you'll see is the major chord over its third. You will see that a lot. Now, what's fun about this, if you try to do your major chord like C over its third, which would be B, that'd be right there. So that'd be kind of it'd be hard to get. But if you do a 3-1-5, 5-1-3, 3-1-5, 3-1-5, yeah, this shape. Okay, so if I were to do that on a C, well, that's gonna be kind of hard to do for me up here in a C. If you did on the first fret, the same fret as your first finger, which would be 12th fret here, if you put your thumb down, that is the third. So that's your major over its third. Now that's hard to do on a C for me here, but that's effectively very pretty. And my thumb would be doing down here, but the nut's doing it, and my first finger would be doing on the D string G string, sorry, but it's the nuts doing that work. Very pretty. But if I had, so like I've got the C up there, your G would be here, over its third, same fret as the first finger. And then you also have your F, F over A. Those are all very common to see. Now that adds a lot of bass line opportunities. So check it out. If I have the 1, 3, 5, C, if I go, instead of do a G down here, which I'm moving a lot, which is fine, and the bass line moves a fifth, you can do the G 3, 1, 5 position over its third, and that gives you a nice little half-step falling bass line. And then to the minor. So you have this, run down the scale. Okay? So you can do all kinds of things with your bass line. So I'll do like a, I don't know, let's just do some chord progressions. So that's C, G over B, and then you have A minor, C over E, and then I'm going to do this F normal, oh sorry, C over E, yep, no, sorry. That one was kind of rough, but that'll sound, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with that. In the key of E, I was playing something earlier. More of it. A lot of cool stuff. You can all, yeah, and I'll just leave it at that. There's other bass line inversions you can do, but those are the most common ones, and they add a lot of power because it's on the same fret as your first finger. So that's just kind of fun. So like if I was going to go to the key of G, G is right there on the G string, add that bass line on the first finger, that's G. And so your D would be here, C. You can do all your minors in the key of G as well, so you got E minor, which I can't really hit with my thumb, but open. You have, you got B minor, you got A minor, and then back to G. Okay, so you got lots of things. You can just walk up the scale, or you could do the... A lot of bass line changes you can do with that, and that's really powerful. That opens up a lot of stuff for the flat pick, especially for electric guitars. I use that all the time. You can get a really big sound out of the DGB string, and with a root bass line, that's all you really need to make a nice big sound with a little bit of overdrive and a delay and reverb. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful to start putting some things together. I'm going to do another one where we talk about what other things are in your fingertips right there on those positions, which would be the scales. So stay tuned for that one.